Good morning. I am Kevin Price. Delighted to be with you. Going to spend some time talking to you about you and your business. I've been looking forward to this interview with Gus DeMose, and he's with a company called Perpetual Assets. A good friend of me recommended doing this interview, and was glad that he set it up. And Gus, welcome to the program. How are you today?
Good. Doing well, and thank you so much for having me.
Tell us a little bit about the company, Perpetual Assets. Give us your elevator speech, if you will.
We are a bullion dealer, an LLC facilitator, and we also have a silver and gold-backed metals debit card. But in short, the majority of our business, majority of our clients are for the LLC IRAs, which I believe is what Rex and you had discussed.
Okay. And you call that an LLC IRA. So those are IRAs specifically for limited liability corporations?
Yeah, and that's just what we happen to, are internally, what our firm calls them. Lots of different, vendors and firms call them different things. You might hear checkbook IRA or checkbook control of your IRA or a self-directed IRA, et cetera. But in short, it's a type of IRA that falls under the umbrella of a self-directed IRA. The only difference in self-directed IRAs is that depending which trustees are in, each trustee allows for different types of investment classes, and we found trustees that allow for specifically the purchase of an LLC. That's the asset that the IRA is buying.
Tell me a little bit about, kind of give me a profile and an overview of the companies you work with.
Well, the number one trustee that we've shifted the majority of our business to is a company called IRA Services Trust. And there's, for the record, as I tell all clients, there's no monetary relationship between us and them. We sort of chose them or limited the majority of trustees we work with and focused on them because they're the cheapest. They've been around for our clients. They've been around since the 70s. They have over $4 billion under management, and the service is top-notch. So we used to work with 3 or 4 trustees, but now the majority of our business that we end up going with is with IRA Services Trust.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you about the type of clients that you have. Can I give us that profile?
We'd like to think of ourselves as Michael Jordan had a great quote, why he doesn't get political, and it's, Republicans buy Nikes too. So we try not to get ideological, but the truth is the majority of our clients are very, Austrian economic leaning or libertarian leaning or, hard asset leaning. The solution could be used to buy anything. Well, not anything, but the majority of anything. Our goal is to get clients to manage their own money. We're not fiduciaries, we're facilitators. So our company slogan is trust yourself. What I always tell clients is we try to make it impossible for anyone to screw you except for the person you see in the mirror every day. So the majority of our clients are hard asset leaning, meaning they like putting, gold and silver under their pillow or in their gun safe or in a hole in their backyard. But a vast number of them also just, again, want to be their own managers. They want to buy land. They want to buy futures. They want to buy whatever they want to buy. They don't need a broker. They want to do it all themselves. So they're independently focused. And if I was forced to label them ideologically, they'd be libertarian or anarcho-capitalist or, Austrian economic leaning, et cetera.
Okay. And that makes sense. I mean, both in terms of their values as far as investing, they want to be self-empowered, they want to drive it themselves, and in what they're investing in terms of precious metals. Kind of a good complement.
Yes, absolutely. And we don't, the people who call, we never try convincing anyone what to buy. It's more a matter of, people come to us knowing what type of assets they like and what they want to invest in. So we don't really spend a lot of time pitching people on why they should own a certain asset or why they shouldn't. They come to us fully informed, and a large majority of our clients are savvy and, are cognizant of economics and markets and commodities, et cetera.
So let me ask you a little bit about the company, Perpetual Assets. How old is the company?
We're 2.5 years now, going on our 3rd year. In June will be our 3-year anniversary. So we've been around for a couple of years now.
And how is 2015? I know we're early on, faring compared to other years in terms of interest and growth and that type of thing.
Well, and that, not to sound overly cliche, but just like anything else, when you start talking about markets and bid and ask, et cetera, we're busy when there's volatility, and it could be in either direction. It doesn't matter if the metals are taking a pounding, or does it matter if they're skyrocketing, as they've been doing this week, for example, or last week, I should say. So far, it's been great. We've had an amazing start to 2015, and if I had to speculate as to why, it'd be just based on volatility. Because our enemy, and not our enemy, but it's the old cliche of fear versus greed. When there's movement, people have a sense of urgency. It doesn't matter if it's north or south. If the metals are moving, we get really busy. It's when there's stagnation and it's more linear that it tends to slow down, because people don't have any galvanizing force to deal with retirement accounts or to buy assets with their disposable income, et cetera.
Right, and there certainly has been a lot of volatility, and it's not just this last week, but several months.
Absolutely, and the arguments as to why vary. It might be people argue supply and demand of oil, price of oil. Others will argue it's all monetary policy and QE ended, et cetera. So when it's moving, we're busy. So it's still, to your point, yes, the last couple of months have been insane in a good way for us.
Yeah, very interesting. And again, do want to encourage the listener to check out the website, by the way. It's perpetualassets.com. That's perpetualassets.com. Castimos, he's our guest. He's managing partner and co-founder. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about some of these economic philosophies that you're mentioning about, and why they matter, and how it leads to a drive towards precious metals as a way of protecting one's assets. So we'll look forward to that conversation when we get back. I want to remind the listener that the best content here shows up over there at the national news website, usdailyreview.com. While they're, like it on Facebook, follow it on Twitter, over 1 million hits a month. When you check it out, you'll see why. More for you right after this on The Price of Business.